horse, Lucifer, is supposed to be Satan's steed. So you have Satan's steed, and then you have Anubis, which is the god of the dead. So no matter what, as we already know, they're getting into the things of hell and death and destruction and all that. So I mean, I do think that it's significant. I don't think that anything, especially when you get into this is really, to the average person, it just kind of seems weird to see like a gigantic blue horse or a 30-foot Anubis statue or whatever outside the airport. But
right.
we all know that they definitely have meaning. And I think that every time they do something like this, there is meaning to it. So I guess I would keep an eye on the date exactly that it happened. I would see if there's any like weird time stamp that it was supposed to be placed, things like that. And as far as the horse goes, I just wanted to note, I found a couple pictures of the horse. Couldn't find any gigantic genitalia on it, but I did find one close-up of where the giant genitalia should be, and it looks like they cut it off. I'm not kidding. Like, it actually looks like, I remember exactly what it used to look like. I mean, I've seen numerous pictures of it. I went on, during the break, bring up some pics, because you were like, I didn't notice that, so I was going to email you a picture of it. Couldn't find one for you, but I found one with a close-up enough shot to where it literally looks like the phallus has basically been sawed off or broken off at a point real close to the underside of the horse, so you really would never know that it's there, and then, just painted back over with the color of the veins that are coming off from that area.
Yeah, well, there's size. I mean, what I was referring to is just the testicles. I don't mean to get too graphic, but the horse had some sizable testicles there. And yeah, it did look as if something may have been done. It's very weird. Anybody in the audience listening, you just have to take a look at the pictures and you'll see what we're talking about.
Yeah, and if anybody has any pictures of what it used to look like, email a picture to Lee or something like that, and maybe we can get a hold of some comparison pics, because I know what it used to look like, and it did not used to look like what it looks like right now. I can tell you that for sure. That
is strange. I'll have to look into that a little bit more, because if they did castrate the horse, if they took off its penis for some reason, I'd like to know why. I mean, is that symbolic of something, or or was there some sort of vandalism, or what exactly took place there? That is definitely very odd.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, too. I was wondering if maybe it was, some symbolic gesture of theirs, and they did it on purpose, or maybe it was just, okay, well, people were so pissed about the demon horse, that was like their bartering chip. They're like, well, we'll just give this thing a giant penis, and when they make a big deal out of it, we'll do that and keep the horse, and we win. Ha-ha, it could have been,
yeah.
Or people could have just been angry about, the giant penis in the first place and said, look, that thing's got to go, or at least that part of it has to go, and they might have said, oh, okay, well, no big deal, or whatever, we get to keep the horse, fine. Could be a number of things, but, yeah, there is definitely sticking out that used to be there that's not there now.
Yeah, we're going to have to look into this a little more, because that is very odd. But, yeah, this new revelation of the god Anubis being placed in, of all places, the Denver International Airport, especially considering the symbolism that's already there, is very intriguing. I'm still trying to figure out what this airport is for. Now, I'm still leaning towards the notion that they're trying to create chaos in this country, and that this Denver International Airport may be a place where the elite can bring in certain goods and things safely, while the rest of the country is just going to hell in a handbasket. But it's hard to say. Others have said, well, the doomsday is coming, and they're using this to basically protect themselves from the coming doomsday and all sort of nonsense. But what do you think the Denver International Airport is actually used for? What's your take? What's your opinion?
Well, I guess it could be used for a number of things. We do know that there are gigantic tunnels underneath the airport. That's been proven. We know it's in the shape of a swastika. We know about the murals. We know about the horse. Now they're bringing in the god of the dead. Usually when they bring in symbolism, it's for some ritualistic kind of esoteric purpose. Just do it because they think it's cute. So, I don't know if they're bringing these things in possibly as these are the things that, they're into, this kind of idol worship or showing respect for these this kind of imagery. I don't know if these are supposed to be, basically, oversized talismans to offer protection, for them. Maybe they're going to gather there at the cities underneath the ground, and these are supposed to be some sort of ethereal protection for these people. That's one possibility. We know that the airport is somehow constructed, if you look into it, like there's part of it that's basically constructed like the inner workings of the male genitalia, and we know that there's supposed to be some sort of great purge of humanity. Well, and then there's in the murals you see the reseeding of life in one of the murals at the end of the whole thing. And I find that very interesting, given the fact that the Denver airport, at some, I forgot what portion of it, but some part of it is constructed as the inner workings of the male genitalia. So I mean, if are they going to reseed life from the Denver airport? Are they all going to gather there? They're going to be the only ones to survive, and then reseed life from their own so-called elitist DNA? I don't know. That's a weird possibility to think about, but I mean, I certainly wouldn't say that with every other, you know, piece of odd craziness that these people are into. I wouldn't put that off the table at all.
Yeah, well, you know, also one thing that I've thought about is that might be an exodus point where they could have a temporary exodus, and then, like you said, with a regeneration and reseeding the planet, that might be something too. They could be using this as a spaceport in the next few years or so. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different possibilities. But, hey, Derek, we're just out of time. Thanks again for your call, and thanks again for staying on and contributing.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, cool. All right, well, thanks for calling in. And, folks, we're out of time. I guess, hey, we'll be back tomorrow. That's all I can say. Take it easy, everybody.
This is Mike James.